Though this year has been special in that we've been celebrating our centennial, we've also had several new initiatives underway to improve membership value and promote our science. The AACCI Scientific Advisory Panel presented findings to the Board of Directors from its study on the most relevant scientific issues and trends identified by our members. And an overview of the SAP's findings is available online, and I encourage you to have a look at that. Early in the year in February, an industry executive forum met to discuss and prioritize current challenges in the cereal grain science industry. They were also joined by the USDA's Director of the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, Sonny Ramaswamy, to look at public and private partnerships and opportunities. Then, taking the recommendations from SAP and IEF, the Division Leadership Council completed its first year and focused on creating an action plan for the AACCI divisions with a science-driven focus that addresses the outlined issues and trends. And to continue this science-focused collaboration that we commenced last year, AACCI and ICC formed working groups to identify areas of possible association synergies. These working groups have completed their tasks, and they'll report on findings during this meeting, which will help us determine the next steps in our ongoing collaboration. AACCI also had several volunteers working diligently on two significant reports published in Cereal Foods World, which are cited as valuable guidelines for the science. The first was on the occurrence of dawn in cereal grains in North America. The second, published by the Whole Grains Working Group, was on the impact of different whole grain milling techniques on nutrition. And to keep our membership up to date on these scientific trends, we hosted 2 webinars on new strategies for sodium reduction in baked goods and challenges and opportunities in gluten-free baking. We also added to our publications collection to accommodate these important and relevant topics. AACCI is truly an international association. With more than 2,100 members from 67 countries, we are excited to help plan and participate in several grain science events throughout the world. We traveled to Europe, and in November, Cereals in Europe held a short course in the Netherlands. From there, we stopped in Denmark and Hungary in April for 2 more C&E events, and then moved on to Paris for the ICC Dietary Fibre Conference. Next, to collaborate with AACCI and AACCI, we headed down under for conferences in July and September in Melbourne and Coogee. Heading north, I had the privilege to represent the association at the International Symposium of Food Science and Human Wellness in Hunan, China. And in November, AACCI will sponsor the International Symposium on Advances in Cereal Science for Asia in Yangzhou. We also visited the Caribbean for a workshop on Cartagena Biosafety Protocol Capacity Training in February, and will travel back for a second workshop on the same topic in December. Finally, circling back to the US, we worked with the American Phytopathological Society to present the Sustainability, Genetics and Future Cultivars workshop at their annual meeting in California. As I hope you have noticed, this year's meeting theme was supported by the Faces of the Future. AACCI members are the reason we have been an active and involved community for 100 years. We're excited to celebrate our achievements, but this is also a time to look to the future. The Foundation supports the future leaders of our association through scholarships and travel awards. This year, they offset costs to help students attend the meeting for only $100, increasing our student participation with 78 students taking advantage of the offer. As AACCI turns 100, we need to take a strategic look at where the world will be during the next 100 years and how we participate in that future. The faces of the future are not just the dozen faces featured on postcards or on videos online. The faces of the future are in this room. And while today's presentation has focused on the present initiatives of AACCI, they all lead to tomorrow. So I'm urging you to engage with AACCI and encourage your colleagues to join to be a face of the future. We are aware that your time is the most valuable currency to our association, and please volunteer to serve on a committee or participate in your division or section. Make a commitment to the next 100 years of your science.